Welcome to Girls Will Yap podcast. We're your hosts, Harmony and Sage, talk about movies, pop culture, where everything is alleged, and literally anything else that'll cross our minds. We met by accident, we stayed on purpose, and now we yap for your entertainment. Let's yap, y'all.
Hello, Harmony.
Hey, Sage, how you doing, girl?
I'm hanging in there. I watched this movie.
Same, and it was the first time I ever saw it.
It had been a while. It's Uptown Girls, of course.
Yes,
What did you
starring
think?
Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning.
I love those 2.
They did so good. I
Yes.
liked it. I can't tell you that I'm gonna watch it every year or anything like that, but I'm glad that I finally saw the movie.
Okay. You're a lot more generous than I am. I'm going to call it mid. Okay.
It's good. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
It
Yeah.
took forever to get into it, I thought. Okay. I thought they could have really cut that down.
Agree with you there because there's a like when she wakes up and her place is a pigsty and her money is in the freezer and she's chasing after this man Neil who sucks, by the way. I was like, all right, let's get to something else.
Right. We get that you're troubled. We get that you have attachment disorders. Yes. Yes. So when they finally got to the point where she is a nanny,
Hmm.
Um, did you know I was a nanny before?
No, I never knew that.
Oh, 2 to 3 years, maybe 4. Yeah. I had 3 different families. Harmony, I was poor. I've done everything under the sun now.
Listen, you got to support yourself and your family.
Yeah. So one of them was live-in, and, for you women out there who want to be a nanny, do not live in. Do not. Okay? I cannot stress that enough. They
Yeah.
will take advantage of you. So that job was horrible, but I had a really good job in North Carolina, which is how I ended up in North Carolina.
I love that.
Yeah, a really good
Okay.
family.
Well, good.
So, my time as a nanny was nothing like that. Yeah, they were a little well, the mom in this movie was unavailable.
She was never there, and honestly, when I was looking at my phone and then I looked up, I was like, "Heather Locklear's in this movie?" I never realized that. But what a shit parent she was. You don't know anything about your daughter at all, and your husband and your daughter's father is slowly passing away. You didn't think that would be affecting that little girl at all?
Yeah, because she was saying, "Oh, she looks like she's got it all together. She's not saying anything. She's going about her routine." And, yeah, that's called avoidance and denial.
Yes. Yeah.
And, maybe you let her do that for a while, but expect the shoe to drop eventually, and it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, like her emotions are going to come flooding out, and they did. And I'm glad that Brittany Murphy's character, Molly, was there for her. And they both kind of worked through their childhood trauma together. So I did appreciate that part of the movie.
That part of the movie was the best when they were in these spinning cups together,
Yes.
and they're going around and around as fast as they can, and they just keep taking out all their energy on this cup to get it to go faster and faster, and they're looking at each other, and it's like, um, she is looking at her younger self,
Hmm.
and Ray is looking at her older self, and it's just like they're becoming who they're supposed to become.
I agree. That shot, that scene was excellent. They really nailed that.
And then Ray, the little girl, pukes her guts up. And you know what? It was disgusting. But you can say, well, that's metaphorical too. Puke it all up. Go.
It happens.
And the whole movie, I was like, okay, so the nanny probably had ADHD and attachment disorders. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then the little girl had OCD. Holy cow. And attachment disorders. Yeah.
She had OCD like I've never ever seen before.
It was she was trying to control everything around her by darn near controlling everything. I mean, she had that saying, "Fundamentals are the building blocks of fun."
Yes. I'm like, "Girl, that's not what fun is in my book." And then doing 200 pliés a day, that is not fun, that's abuse. You're abusing yourself.
Yeah, I think she really was.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to feel something.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
it was really sad, and then do you remember they fell asleep together?
Yes.
That was another pivotal moment because then she wakes up and she goes and sees her dad for the first time.
Yeah. And then it broke my heart because Molly was telling her, studies say if you go see them, they'll live longer. And then the next day, her dad dies. So the little girl is like, you broke your promise. And that made me so sad.
Really think as adults, we should not tell kids they'll live longer, okay?
Yes,
You could say you're gonna fill their heart with love, but you can't make promises about how long they're gonna live.
absolutely. Because you have no idea. None of us are God. Like, only the Lord knows when that final day is.
Yeah. So, do you remember too that Ray gets really defensive when somebody called Molly a slut?
Yeah, she was fighting that little girl. She said her au pair called my new nanny a slut bag whore, and she was down
Slutbag
there.
whore.
She was down there fighting, and then Molly ended up fighting that au pair too.
I thought that was the first time that Ray, that little girl, ever had any fire in her.
I think so too. Molly brought out good parts of
Yes.
Ray, and I was excited to see that. Even down to the end of the movie where she freestyles her ballet dances is not so rigid. That was good to see.
I love that part. That part, I have
Yes.
to admit, made me cry.
Yes. It
Oh my
was good.
gosh. But on the other hand, Molly's free spiritedness
Mhm.
really got on my nerves.
It drove me crazy. First off, your apartment is a disgusting mess. I could not live there.
Literally a
Then
pigsty.
yeah, literally a pigsty. Like the pig was cleaner than your place. Her running after this man, again, loser, didn't understand it. Then, in the one scene when she gets the job, she goes to sleep with the guy and then she comes back to her job to go to sleep. Girl, what are you doing? Be an adult.
Well, that part, I'm so glad you mentioned it. Falling asleep literally on the job.
Yeah. Well,
You can't even lay down on the job.
exactly. Like you full out went to sleep at these people's job. Girl, you were going to get fired. And then she says, oh, I'll just live off water and sunshine.
Such a stupid girl sometimes.
Yes.
But, sometimes women who are hurt will latch onto a man with every single thing they have.
Yeah.
They just won't let him go. Whenever she bought him those Egyptian cotton sheets,
Mhm.
they were like almost $2,000. Am I right?
Yeah, and girl, you are broke. You are flat broke. You're getting evicted. Stop.
She doesn't even know. We both know she does not even know what an electric bill looks like.
Nothing. And then the fact that that man got away with stealing what, $100 million?
I know. And
Oof.
we talk about this every single episode. Well, not every, but close. That you got to know what your money looks like.
Absolutely. You need to know if somebody's stealing from you, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter how rich you are. I don't care if you don't like money stuff. You're definitely not going to like it if you're broke.
Period. Figure it out. Learn to crunch some numbers.
Yeah. Oh, and the way she handled, I can't remember that guy she was chasing around. What's his name? Do you remember?
Neil.
Ugh, of course it's Neil.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
she handled, well, it's that name. I know that's bad. If anybody's listening whose name is Neil or children's name is Neil, we're sorry.
Yes.
Um, the way she handled Neil's guitar, it was
In the
so
hallway
disrespectful. Yes.
when she's just like throwing it up and then she drops it. I'm like, girl.
That's his livelihood.
Yes, you could have broken that thing so easily. The fact that he stayed after she did that, he was an idiot too.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, I did write down something about the Pez
Yeah, when
candy.
he's like, Pez, and then he is putting it in her mouth. That
Yeah.
was gross.
So weird.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah, and I didn't understand. I think this is another attachment issue. She's in the bathroom calling somebody saying, "He won't leave. He won't leave." And then he's coming out getting ready to leave. And she's like, "No, don't go. Don't go."
Yeah, that part confused me because I was like, "Girl, weren't you just, like, sneaking in the bathtub saying, 'Oh, he won't leave, I don't want him to be here,' and now you're literally chasing him around, and now you're sobbing on your couch that he's left? First off, you just met this man 24 hours ago. Why are you in love?"
Seriously think it was trying to show a neurosis or something.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, but it was over the top. Yeah, so oh, do you remember when she was going through the kitchen? Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
and Ray's like, "Swinging door," and it hits her in the nose.
Yes! Listen, the way Ray she read her for filth every chance she got. I promise you, I would have gone home every day and cried at some of the stuff that little girl said to her.
She's a great actress.
Yes, yes, she was getting them lines off for sure.
So she did Ray's, ballet outfit, showing that she has such a talent.
Even the jacket that she redid over looked amazing, and then at the end of the movie, you see the guys who are rockers, they're like, "Oh, can you do this for me?" Like Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
"Can you make me a
Yeah.
jacket?" Not the same one, of course, but, make me something like it.
Well, I didn't like it though when Neil was like, "You ruined my jacket, you ruined my jacket," and then he's on stage on that video
Mhm.
wearing that jacket that she created and supposedly ruined.
She let him come back into her life a little too easily for me, and I didn't love that.
Right. You know, Ray not having anybody there at the dance recital.
Oh my god, broke my heart 'cause she's looking out in the crowd, like, she already knew that her mom wasn't gonna be there, but she thought Molly would definitely be there, and then for her not to be there really sucked. So I'm glad at the final one when she was like, "She always does this to me, she's not gonna show up," and then she looks in the crowd and Molly's rushing in to see her. I like that she made that last one.
Oh, definitely, because that was just heartbreaking. Do
Yeah.
you remember when she got kicked out of her apartment, she moved in with her friend?
Oh my god, that was uncomfortable.
I know, because her friend, let's just say type A, I mean, nothing wrong with it, I'm type A,
Yeah.
but that we all knew that was not gonna work.
No, her friend was very rigid, very structured, almost too much so, and Molly's free spirit, don't have a care or concern in the world, that doesn't mix together long term.
Would you have kicked her out?
Honestly, I'm probably too nice, I don't think that I would've. I would've wanted to, I'd have been like, "You're pissing me off," but I would've been like, "This is my friend, where's she gonna go?" And I would've helped.
See, that's where we differ because I do have that attitude. I do.
Yeah,
However, I also have the attitude of this is my space.
yeah,
So I probably would have given her some resources
that's fair.
and been like, God be with you.
I'll
Yeah.
drop you off to your next place.
I'm not gonna hit the brakes. So just roll out. You
Just
know?
roll out the car.
Yeah.
I love it.
When she did lecture the mom after she got fired about her not
Mhm.
knowing her daughter, I don't know if she should have lectured the mom.
I like that she did lecture the
Okay.
mom because I don't know at what point that mom would have gotten it together and realized that she needed to do right by her kid.
Now that's true,
Yeah.
but that was very risky.
Oh, yeah, it was risky as hell, but if anybody was gonna do it, it was going to be Molly
True.
because she does and says the things that the rest of us probably wouldn't.
Would you have sewed those guitars?
Oh god. No. I don't think I could have done it because it's the last pieces of your father. I couldn't have done it.
And it's not like it was a hobby guitar. This
Mhm.
was him.
Yes, absolutely. Every piece of him. I don't care how much money I would have needed. I couldn't have done it. I would have had to figure something out. I would have had to go be a stripper before I sold all my dad's guitars,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And do you remember in the end when she goes back to her friend? I think they're at a party or something, and that guy
Mhm.
hands them something to blow their nose with, a handkerchief or something,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
using the same handkerchief. Now, I know A lot of people would not have written this down, but I'm over here dying because it is so gross.
I thought it was absolutely disgusting. I'm like, not them sharing the same handkerchief. And then the fact that they tried to give it back to him and he was like, "No, that's yours." That's I don't even like to share deodorant with people.
No, I won't.
Imagine me like, if somebody needs deodorant, I'm like, "You can just keep this. I don't even want it back."
You know what was a really big red flag when it came to my husband, and I did not see it as a red flag? I mean, I saw it as
Mhm,
a ick, but not a red flag, okay?
mhm.
I saw it as, like, magenta, okay, or something
Okay.
like that. He was over at my house one day, I guess he spent the night or something, and he did not bring his toothbrush, which okay, this was way back before I was a mom, so I didn't have, like,
Okay.
extra toothbrushes and stuff.
Gotcha, okay.
Now, if you're over my house, you could pick the color because 'cause I've got a whole thing of toothbrushes, okay?
I'm the same way.
Okay. But, he was like, "Well, I'll just use yours," and I'm like, "Oh, no.
Oh,
You
God,
use your
careful.
sleeve, you use a towel, you use a paper towel. You don't do it. You just don't use my toothbrush."
Yeah, I will run out to the store and get you a
Yes.
used toothbrush, but do not use mine.
He was like,
No,
"I don't know why you're so particular about this. It's my
because it's
toothbrush."
unsanitary as hell. I don't even like buffets. You
No.
think I wanna share a toothbrush with you? No. Ew.
I know. That was a red flag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, gosh.
We live and we learn.
We do.
Yes,
Yes. Well, and even Molly lived and learned.
she did. I'm glad by the end of the movie, she was like, "I don't see any adults here," and Ray was like, "I do." They came full circle.
Oh, I love that part.
Yes, it was so sweet.
2 people of different ages healing together. It was very sweet.
Yes.
Will I watch the movie again? No.
Yeah. Probably not, honestly. I tried to give it a little grace, like, "Oh, I won't watch it every year," but I don't really have a reason to ever watch it again other than for this podcast.
Oh, on Rotten Tomatoes, it got
Mhm.
14%.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Um, and it's not Brittany Murphy's fault. I think she actually played the character very well.
I think she did too.
And Dakota Fanning, she obviously played it.
Axe down every
Yeah.
time.
Even Heather Locklear, who I freaking hated her character,
Yeah.
she did a good job. I think it was just a movie, the
Yeah,
writing.
I agree with that 'cause there's some parts that just felt too whimsical, and I'm like, "This is not realistic." They could have tightened it up for sure.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And it was, gosh, I don't know how to say this other than it would have been better off as a Lifetime movie.
Yes,
Okay. I
it
don't
gave
even
that energy.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a big screen movie at all.
No,
No.
no.
So, I don't know. I mean, I don't really even have any more to say about it because to me, it's just so blah.
Yeah, I feel like we hit the main points, honestly.
I know. I feel like this is very low energy. I'm sorry to our listeners, but the movie itself was low energy.
Yeah, I struggled to get through it. It was another movie just like our J-Lo doc. I'm doing this for the pod, I'm doing this for the
Yeah.
pod, because I was like, "Why is this on?"
There were there were there were good moments.
Yeah, I think you took away what you needed to take away from the movie, but it's not something that and, like, in 10 years, I won't be talking about this movie.
Probably won't talk about it tomorrow.
I mean, fair enough. I love it.
Oh, so you're choosing the next movie, and honestly, you told me what the name was, and I've forgotten, so I'm gonna have to go back. But do you have a quote?
I do not have a quote from the movie because
Okay.
I've actually never seen the movie, but I will say it's like a dark Mean Girls starring Rose McGowan and Rebecca Gayheart.
Interesting.
Yes.
Dark Mean Girls.
Dark Mean Girls. It's a very old movie. It's like 1996 type movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
never
yeah,
heard of it.
that actually shocked me because it's in the same realm of the Mean Girls, the Heathers, those genre of girl clique, popular girl movies, you know?
Okay, totally missed
Yeah.
it. Alright, well, that's all we have to say about the movie, y'all.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Girls Will Yap podcast. We love having you here to talk pop culture, nostalgia, and to share our hot takes. Follow us on all the socials at Girls Will Yap so you don't miss the conversations. As always, let's yap, y'all.